We are moving it along. Come on, welcome my man Ryan. Ryan Smith from Atlanta Life.
What's going on, brother?
Oh, y'all gotta give it up more than that.
What's going on, brother? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Of course.
Now, I want to let you know the importance of and Ryan will get into it, but I don't believe that we were able, as African Americans, to actually pass on wealth to our families because we weren't able to get insurance besides burial insurance up until like what year, 1960s or 70s?
Yeah. Well, until the early 1900s. And so when companies like Atlanta
Burial
Life,
insurance we could then.
okay, so proper insurance, so 60s. Yeah.
But we couldn't actually pass on legacy wealth and get, life policies and various other things. So, in the 1900s at a late point.
Indeed.
And that's how a lot of legacy wealth was passed on through generations.
That's exactly right.
And so we're here today, and a lot of people don't know in our community because we didn't come from legacy wealth. We didn't have a grandfather, grandmother to tell us what to do and how to save money and how to do that. So we ourselves don't know that it's a great financial instrument to help create a legacy and help your family for when you're gone.
That is 100% right.
So tell me a bit about yourself and your role and how you got here today.
Of course. So, kid from the south side of Chicago, grew up.
Shout out Chicago.
Shout out Atlanta, but shout out Chicago too. But grew up in a home, two amazing parents, four amazing siblings, and everything was good within the home. But you walk outside, you take a few steps, and you see the south side of Chicago that you often hear about in news stories, rap songs, etc. And that's one where lives easily get derailed, lives get lost, etc. And that's due to gang violence, crime. But it's really just people trying to create opportunity and sort of a dearth of opportunity and poverty. But inevitably that impacted my family, that impacted friends, etc. And so from a very early age, started thinking about how do I create opportunity? How do I make this not the reality? And was trying to figure out ways how to do that. And so ultimately tried the nonprofit route. Nonprofits are important, but it wasn't my route. And then observed what a company, Magic Johnson Enterprises, was doing. And that was investing in inner city communities that had historically been ignored in the same way sort of the black community had been ignored from an insurance perspective in the early 1900s. And so I decided, or started to believe, that the best way to start to create opportunity to drive change was to build large-scale minority-owned businesses.
Right.
And the belief there was you often have founders who are of the community, who understand the community, and thus can serve the community in the right way, are inclined to hire from the community, and are inclined to invest back into it. And so I sort of made that my life mission. So investing in large-scale minority-owned businesses, growing them, trying to have as many as possible. And so that journey took me to Wall Street, that journey took me to Silicon Valley, it ultimately took me to Los Angeles to work with Irvin Magic Johnson and a gentleman named Eric Holloman, which led to the insurance route. And so the story that I'm currently sort of writing or sort of working on, Atlanta Life Insurance, is the blending of passion and purpose and a company with an incredible sort of history and legacy committed to serving the communities that they are actually in.
And so it is Atlanta Life, and we are in the home and the mecca of black entrepreneurship. And as you talked about the vision, that role in helping families create wealth, what is the most misunderstood aspect about life insurance?
Okay. So, quick thing. So Atlanta Life Insurance, so all the folks here from Atlanta, this company was built here, obvious in the name, right? So formerly enslaved man saw that his community was being ignored or underserved by the traditional industry and decided to step up to the plate and serve his community. He went from a man born into slavery to the first black millionaire in Atlanta. And so that's an incredible journey. That's one you can't make up, right?
Right.
And so to think about things that are misunderstood. One, the importance of life insurance, like you talked about in the very beginning. So in 1905, the way they would bury loved ones is by holding fish fries. Today is GoFundMe. And so what that sort of represents is that people still don't have enough life insurance or not buying it.
That's true.
But the things that are misunderstood, and why is that? oftentimes it's assumed that it's more expensive than it is. But if you think about sort of a six-figure life insurance policy you can get for the cost of going on a date to the movies.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And then two, there's sort of the thing, if I don't have a spouse, if I don't have children, I don't need it. Like, that's actually not true. If you have a family, you should take care of your family regardless. If you have a cause you care about, you can actually gift life insurance to charity causes. But more importantly, people don't like to think about death. And so when you think about life insurance, inevitably people start to think about death because they only think about death benefit. But a key thing that people don't realize, or a lot of people don't realize about life insurance, is that they're living benefits and ways that you can actually leverage it in many significant ways while you're alive. So earlier you talked about your journey with FUBU.
Yeah.
And you talked about sort of the financial strain and the financial issues you had to navigate through. Have you heard of a company called Disney? Have you heard of a company called McDonald's? Those were all funded initially with life insurance policies. The accumulation of cash value within those policies led to Walt Disney being able to have the Disney that's worth 200+ billion today. Ray Kroc, sort of whatever you feel about sort of how he did the McDonald's brothers, the way he initially financed that acquisition was through his life insurance policy. And again, McDonald's today, $200+ billion market cap company. And so you can utilize...
So you can help, insurance can be there for you, not when you pass, but it can help you amongst your entrepreneurial journey.
Yeah, it can help you fund a down payment for a house. It can help you pay for a child's wedding. It can help you do a myriad of things.
And are those opportunities there with Atlanta Life? Of course, you have that education for those who want to get policies, but also what if I want to represent Atlanta Life?
Yeah. So
Can I be an entrepreneur and represent Atlanta Life as well?
Absolutely. So I'll answer this in two ways. One of which, if you're an entrepreneur, so 96% of black-owned businesses are sole proprietorships, no employees. And so if you're one of those entrepreneurs, you're the rainmaker, you need to protect your business, you need to protect your family, ensure they can go on. So that's life insurance. But specific to Atlanta Life, there is a 102 million American adult life insurance gap. That means those individuals either need life insurance or they need more life insurance. And if you think about sort of that from a size of opportunity perspective, that's about conservatively $25 billion in commissions that can be earned. 25 billion, and people often conflate sort of millions, billions, trillions, right? And so that is, it supposedly takes 30 years to count to a billion. And so you can sell life insurance, you can actually help fill this gap, get families the protection they need by selling life insurance. In the same way you sell real estate, you can go get a life insurance license and you can work with Atlanta Life and you can help to fill that need and tackle that significant market opportunity by doing well and good at the same time.
Wow, thank you so much, Ryan. You know what? I wouldn't have worked at Red Lobster during the day. I would have worked at insurance. I would have sold insurance, man, at the same time.
Indeed.
All right, give it up for my man Ryan from Atlanta Life.